Well, there goes the bell, and red is the color. Not very, very deep red, but just a tad lower, 18 to 50 points lower. As far as the Sensex is concerned, it's about 130 lower now. Okay, so it has gone below the 79,800 mark. And the Nifty still, of course, well above 24,000, but it's given up 24,200. Now we are just angling at 24,150 levels. Mid-caps a bit in the green, and the Nifty Bank as well a bit in the red. So still it would count as flat terrain. ONGC is the leader of the pack. People seeing value after that steep fall that we have seen in the stock. Trent, M&M, HCL Tech, SBI Life, HUL, JSW Steel. So really, it's an FMCG day and a bit of metals day as well. What's not doing well? Hero MotoCorp getting punished for the numbers not being very impressive. Hindalco not joining the metals pack, it's not doing too well. Wipro, Bajaj Auto getting punished for the third day in a row after the numbers didn't impress. And then there's Infosys, TCS, ID stocks generally, I think, in the shadow of what we saw in the US and the Nasdaq giving up gains, probably. That's a bit of a struggle.
The stock of the morning, Avenue Supermarts. Yep. The stock is up close to 10% or thereabouts. Big move is what we're seeing on that one. Just take a look at that stock. Flying away, volumes as well, very, very high. And now it's locked a temporary circuit up close to around 10%. Giving it company on the upside is a smaller name, V2 Retail. Keep in mind the stock is up more than 3x in the last 1 year or so. But the street likes that operational update, and that's why that's up as well, close to around 5%. V-Mart Retail as well, volumes relatively lower out there, but that as well is up close to around 3%. So these retail-oriented stocks have done very, very well, and they are the big movers this morning. Avenue, V2 Retail, as well as V-Mart. Pull up a few more names. Bank of Maharashtra, that's up close to around 4%. The street likes that update that they put out there. Because crude oil prices have moved up, Oil India as well as ONGC, both of them have moved up as well. MOIL, remember the stock has corrected close to around 35% from the recent peak. Well, the operational update, at least for the past quarter, was good. So that's why that stock as well is up close to around 4.5% or thereabouts. So good going for some of these names. What's not doing well? Well, at the start of trade, you have a couple of stocks that are under some pressure. I think, Jacob continues to remain under some pressure, so that's a little bit lower as we speak. 63 Moons is another one that's down close to around 3% or thereabouts. So we should keep an eye out on that one as well. So the headline index is a little bit low. But what's done very, very well this morning is the mid-cap index, and that's up close to around 0.3%. Woke as well, positive news flow. So that's up close to around 6.5%. And Axis Gates, there was a resignation of one of their top executives. But yesterday, the stock was up 5%. Today as well, it's up close to around 5%. So it looks like the street is sensing something else with regard to this particular countdown.
Absolutely. And so, you got all told about 30-point downtick on the Nifty. And I think the Nifty Bank is down about, they're all flat right now. I mean, 7-point change, that's it. IT, the index is down about 0.25%. Remember, IT services will be the first off the block with earnings. So we'll get a sense of what that is like. But it really is a little scattered. DMart is limit up for now. I mean, 10%. So 39.72 on DMart. Remember, with DMart, the big, in a way, talking point over the last 2 quarters at least was the implications of quick commerce and whether DMart is falling behind because in the regular habit of stocking up for the month perhaps is taking a bit of a backseat because you can order as you go.
So should we call this Empire Strikes Back?
I don't know, but yeah, I mean DMart definitely is doing well. The second biggest volume-led gainer is Transrail. It's a recent listing, I think 3%. Yes. It's got humongous volumes for this point in the day, so we'll keep an eye out on this one. Sundaram Finance is up 2%. It's all small in terms of price change after that. Amber is up about 2% or so. About 7,700 on Amber. Rights is up about 3%. IRFC, I mean, so some of these railway proxy names, 2.5 higher there. Bank of Maharashtra, we highlighted 4% on BOM. Walkhard, Nigel mentioned, it was up 6, it's up 8.5 now. 1568 on Walkhard, just one way. I mean, 2024 was a fantastic year, and 25 is starting in pretty good style as well. The other one is Sagility, which is again a recent listing. I mean, about 3 weeks old, 4% higher, 52. Another recent listing is Premier Energy, 2% up, 1353 on Premier Energy. What else? Z is up 4%. Car Trade is up about 3.5%. Questcorp is up about 4%. But then, volumes trail off if I go down the list and look at some of the other names as well. The biggest volume-led loser right now is Hero, which is down about 2% or so. at this point in time. Again, not very much volume-led activity on the downside to show for it. So 20 points lower is what you have.